Hello and welcome to another pit stop video. This one is for A Column of Fire from KOSMOS, designed by Michael Rieneck and playing 2 to 4 players. This is the third in the Ken Follett series, following on from Pillars of the Earth and World Without End. And in A Column of Fire, you are prominent families vying for power amidst a Europe torn by a religious conflict. Now, on the board, you have your victory point area around the edge, and you have 4 main areas which represent England, the Netherlands, Spain and France. You also have an action track which is going to allow you additional actions. Now, each of the countries has areas for trading houses which allow you to trade the goods depicted on that area, and the goods in the game are ore, books, wine and cloth, and they also have an area for religious dominance. In A Column of Fire, the rounds are considered years, and each year is broken into 2 half years. Now, the first half is all about running your engine and using the characters that you've brought onto your tableau, but I think the best way to show you the game is to start back to front and show you the second half first, and that's how you get the characters into your tableau in the first place, and that's how you get these trading houses out onto the board. So what you do in the second half of the game is you're going to roll the dice, and for demonstration purposes, let's say that the orange dice was a 4. Now, I've only got 2 dice as the blue player. Now my choices are Spain, which is the brown dice, and the Netherlands, which is the orange die. So I'm going to choose the Netherlands, and I'm going to place the religious influence onto the religious spot. I'm going to take that card and place it into my tableau, and I'm going to attach the die that I used onto that card, and that shows how many years I've got left with that card. A couple of things to mention. I have filled up the religious space, so that will trigger a religious conflict at the end of the round, and also I am now able to place a trading house into the Netherlands. So what happens, number 4 is taken up, which is where I need to place my trading house. So yellow has to slide back to 3, and I will take their place. If you ever slid off the edge, then you're going to lose your trading house. I'm also going to be able to use the power for this card, which is going to give me 1 cloth. Lastly, if you do have any free dice left, you're able to use that on the action track. Now, I've only got a brown die left, so what I have to do is move my die to the next unused brown space. Now, you can pay points to go further spaces, but as you can see, green is blocking me there, so I go all the way around there, and that's going to give me one of these, which are special boons that you can use either at the end of the game or on your turn. There's various things like increasing your religious influence in areas, you can go to countries and trade, and you can pick up other goods. Now, let's go back to the first half of the year. First thing you're going to do is you're going to rotate the dice on all of your cards down by 1. So Francis Walsingham goes down to 3. I've got 3 years left with him. That one goes down to 1. This one goes down to 2, and so on. That one goes down to 3. If you should ever have a 1 at the start, then that card, for instance, if that was a 1, that card would go, that die would come back into my hand. If your religion ever goes past 1, you get to choose your religion again. So you're going to start with your starting religion, and then during the game, depending on what you roll, and that you're going to be able to change that religion depending on what you think is going to be the dominant religion in certain areas. Once you've rotated all the dice and reduced the years, you're going to start using the powers. So Mr. Walsingham allows me to place or take away any religion's icon in there. This is a simple up barrel of wine, simple, as we saw before, cloth merchant, so it gets me a piece of cloth. Now, I did mention the religious conflict that was going on. So what happens here is that signifies it's happening. You see who's got dominance, and in this case the Catholics have dominance. Now, if I had still been Catholic, I would have got 4 points because my house is on the 4-point mark. But as I stupidly changed it to Protestant, I lose mine, and anybody else who is Catholic keeps theirs, and if they don't, then they lose theirs like me. Now, sometimes when you turn over these cards, you're going to get events, like so. And these events are going to do something to either nasty or good. And if you should ever wish to deflect that, you're going to use these, which are protection tiles. They score you points at the end of the game, but they also allow you to, as I said, deflect the event cards or decide not to place the religious symbol on for dominance onto the board if you spend that instead. The game end is triggered if somebody reaches the 50 mark on the point track or one of these decks runs out completely. There is end game scoring for trading houses in areas, goods and unused protection tiles, and that in a nutshell is a column of fire. If you like this pit stop video, please go to our YouTube channel for many more just like this. And we also have a podcast, the Game Pit Podcast, and there you can find much more in-depth reviews and coverage of various events. Thank you very much.